Again, good morning to all. So this morning, this will be our topic, frequency response of BJT and FET amplifiers. And whatever atong ma-learn today na concepts on frequency response or on how to read frequency responses of devices, di lang siya applicable sa amplifiers but um, to various kinds of electronic systems. Sa amplifier na noon, good na mag-focus ka doon, mo man itong mga na-discuss before. Pero if makabalo taon sa pag-read o frequency response amplifiers, same mga po na sa frequency response sa other systems like oscillators and filters. No? Sige, kinsa ba to ang na-assign sa topic sa filters gani? Doon mo to kabuok. Si Gio no, o si Maui, although lain is like mga topic, pero I think sa inyo ang duha ang filters. So, nakasugod na ba mo sa inyo ang pag-research sa report? Rough draft? Okay, Kamulo. Okay. Sige. Whether analog or digital or passive or active, na-encounter ninyo ang mga frequency response filters like low pass, high pass, band pass? Say graphical nga representation sa responses sa filters. Nabot na mo ana? Wala pa. Okay. So, napod sa COM7, no? Low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass, band stop. No? So, generally, all of you, no, di lang to sila, di lang tong reporters, but do all of you know how to read frequency response filters based sa iyang graph? Marking ani, sige, i-pause lang sa ako niya kung share. Then, balik ka sa camera na ako, ha? Kani. Dili ba ang example sa mga responses sa filters kay somewhat marking ani? Ana, correct ba ni? Yung representation? Kung sa maning first o kung sa maning second, kisay mo kaingon. Pwede naman sa chat. Sa siya nga class, base, makabuto taon sa nga klase nga filter, based lang sa iyang frequency response, right? So, ang first, unsa ni? Morning high pass. HPF high pass, no? Then morning low, correct? How do you know? Unsa day ni ang kuan? Unsa day ang x-axis ani? So, clearly, this is not in the time domain, right? Unsa ang x-axis? Frequency. Okay. So, frequency. Bandwidth. Bandwidth ko ni, no? Kung pilay length, ani mo ng bandwidth. Okay. So, yes, sakto frequency. Ang y-axis. Unsa nasa y-axis? Something level. Amplitude. Okay. Power. Output. Dili ba gain? Well, sometimes, yes. Actually, na times ka pwede gapon level, no? Voltage level. Ato V. Napod times nga gain, no? Say gain. Anyway, mabalaan mo na nato sa graph kung yun sa say sa nga label ang ibutang sa y-axis. It could be voltage level or gain. Or mostly, I think gains, yeah. Makita man, it's also common for us to see frequency responses na voltage level. So usually gains na siya. No? And kung gain, kung sa unit sa gain nga ginagamit, naman tayo duha ka ways pag-express sa gain in terms of unit. It could either be blank or blank when you say gain. Gain is measured in terms of dB, decibel. Very good. Ang isa, mo yung the usual, mo yung unitless. No? Sure ko na ba? Ano magyapon ng unit first? Limtan lang ninyo. Unitless, di ba? Unitless gain. Mapumani atong gain sa LX2 so far. And today, introduce na to ning decibel. Okay. It's good at least na na-expose mo ani sa COM1 before. No? Maybe di na kayo daghan ang atong kinanglan gid explain. Because kung mabasa tag frequency response, usay pwede lang magingani ganyan din na siya accurate kaayo, di ba? I-describe drawing lang the axis and drawing lang tawag atong graph. No? Although it's nice kung accurate gyud kaayo, pero sometimes kung gusto lang nato tanaw na sa siyang type of device or sa iyang function, just by simply looking at the frequency response, mabala nato na siya sa siyang klaseng system. So dB, okay, gains that are measured in dB or decibel. In communications, but particularly in communications, almost everything is, or almost every gain, because devices are characterized by its gain, whether that could be an amplifier or another building block or transmission line, no, or antenna. They're mostly described by their gains. Okay, and so, again sa communications, ang gain kay gina-measured in decibel. Why do you think, no, aside sa naanad na or mo na gid na ang conventional way, but could you think of or have you observed a reason nga nung convenient nga in terms of decibel ang gain or ang mga parameters? For one thing, yes, it's logarithmic, meaning kung actual siya nga frequency, then sa whole span niya, dako kay nga papel atong kinanglan or dako kay nga representation. So logarithmic scales somehow ma-simplify niya ang graph. Okay, that's one, no, that's one advantage. Unsa pa? Sound, okay, because this is sakto naging ni Rex, but could you care to explain, Rex, kung sino pasabot sa sound? No, I think kasabot ko sa imong kapadalong, pero kasi gusto na mo i-explain sa class. What do you mean by sound? Rex? Okay. Sa mga speakers, sa speakers, amplifiers, sa devices, dB ang usually ginagamit gyud, no? Another underlying physical concept ana is kanang ang atong ear daw kay does not work in a linear fashion, no? In the same way nga sa na to pag-describe ang increase or decrease of power level in a mathematical way, no? Mas dol-dol pa daw sa decibel nga scale ang sensitivity sa tong ears, no, compared sa linear. Okay, one of the most frequent application of the decibel scale is in the communication and entertainment. The human ear does not respond in a linear fashion to changes in source power level. That is, a doubling of audio power level from 0.5 watts to 1 watt does not result in a doubling of the loudness level for the human ear. Kato ninyo? Okay, nagbasa naman ko gikan din sa Boylestad. Oh. Pero yes, in a human nga point of view, mas or gawork ang atong ears in a logarithmic nga scale kaysa linear, no? Page 552 siya mao, human auditory response. So that's another, no? Ma-simplify ang graph sa kung logarithm sa itong gamiton, and human ears work that way. What could be another one? Napay isa nga malag akong ginapangita nga reason nganong mas convenient or mas advantageous ang decibels kaysa unitless gains. Logarithmic graphs. Human ears work that way. Another one, another advantage is convenient ang decibel because if gains are expressed in decibels, gains are simply added, no? Added together. Now, kung losses siya, of course, subtract. And almost all of the time, transmission line losses, whether metallic or fiber optic or even free space, no, wireless, ang losses gyud kay gina-measure na siya in dB, no? In dB. Example, ang fiber optic, ang iyang loss ana is measured in dB per length or dB per kilometer. So i-multiply lang nimo ang pilay length ana sa kanang fiber optic, multiply nimo sa losses na sa specification sheet niya. So nanatay total losses. I-minus lang dayon sa gain sa amplifier, then i-minus sa gain sa sum sa gain sa amplifier ug sa antenna, no? Kay antenna tama gyapon na gain. So mas convenient siya, no? Mas convenient ang decibel. Kasi simply i-add lang ang mga gains or i-subtract lang ang mga losses, no? Gains are simply added, losses are subtracted. No? Dali ra kay siya, convenient kaayo. Subtracted. No? Dili na necessary nga daghang calculation, especially in the application of link budgeting, no? Link budget. Ang buton mo ani pohon sa communications 10 ninyo. This is a very important concept for a telecom engineer. Link budgeting. Decibels is very decibel unit is very important. Right? So if natay gain, how do we compute for, if natay unitless gain, I mean, how do you compute for the gain in decibel? Do you remember the formula? Actually, simple lang makasya ng formula. Power gain. No, dili magduol-duol iyang itsura, no, sa formula sa SNR. Pero dili lahi ko to SNR. So check ta ko Malagduol to yung formula ba? Magamit man to og kuan. Mo maning SNR, di ba? Ana 20 log Vs over Vn. Sakto gid no. Igagaw gid sila sa formula sa SNR. So, pero ang power gain, voltage gain man butang ni NC is V out over V in. This is voltage gain. Pero kung power gain in dB, gain in decibel is equal to 10 log gain, or equal to 10 log V out over V in. Okay? How about voltage gain? Power gain man So how about voltage gain? So, kung Ohm's law, change natin yung voltage, P is equal to V squared R, V squared over R, no? Ohm's law. But we are speaking of the same system, so maka-cancel out ang mga R. It's VI squared over VO squared over VI squared. Saka din ang squared. Pero identity sa logarithm dayon, if na squared dili pwede i-multiply sa yung amplitude. So the voltage gain in dB is 20 log gain, no? Or the voltage gain, or 20 log VO over VI. Na-encounter nyo ni sa COM, kaning nga mga formula for gains. So, sa na part. There's also what we call as the dBm, no? The voltage gain having a reference of 1 millimeter, no? 1 millimeter, milliwatt, no? So reference is 1 milliwatt. Man ni siya usually na nato makita, no? Notice na ang power gain is always output over input, right? Output over input. Now, what if we want to express the power source, no? The power source in terms of what if i-express na tong power source in terms of dB, no? Okay, power source. dB. So wala siya V over V in or P over PI. Okay. Source man siya mismo. 'Di ba? So here dili na din mo sulod si unit na dBm, no? Although may encounter that I think may encounter din yun ninyo ni Puhon, pero I think it's better nga ma-introduce na daan today, no? So dBm is also another measurement of power, specifically power sources, no? Especially signal sources, no? This may be wireless nga signal, no? Or whatever. Wireless, I mean electromagnetic signal, no? So to compute for its quote-unquote gain, quote-unquote, because again, wala pa man siya output-input relationship, kay source man siya. Pwede na to magamit og 1 milliwatt nga reference. Okay? So, formula, para mangyapon 10 lag, but instead of power output over power input, we have the power source divided by 1 milliwatt. So, reference lang na siya. So, ang output ani equal to, ang power source kay 1 watt. So, 1 watt divided by 1 milliwatt is 1,000. So, 10 log 1,000. Pilam na siya. 10 log 1K. 30. No? So, 30 dBm. Okay. So, yan na. Sige lang. Karon naman ni mo gawa si dBm sa LX2. For sure, mo gawa siya Fermi sa communications. Keep in mind lang ni siya. No? Kung maka-encounter tag dBm, meaning ana, gain na siya, no? sa isa ka signal source measured from a reference of 1 milliwatt. Okay? Now, before ko mabalik sa akong slide, ito ko i-ikuan. No? Let's introduce isa. Ako dB level. Okay. So usually, muna itong frequency response. Okay. So ano siya? High pass, no? Mara siya sa high pass na filter. Kani, this is sa frequency ni siya. Kani nga level, kani siya. Kaya siya nga level. Mga itong ginatawag na 0 dB range, no? 0 dB. Dili man nun tanan gina-measure sa kaninga kuan. Pero just to illustrate, pwede ito magsugod dire. No? So what do we mean when we say 0 dB na voltage gain? Say kuan ni ana. Say interpretation. What does DC? Is it DC? Okay, remember na to ha, ang formula for gain, let's say power gain, is 10 log or output over power input. Okay? So what if 0 si gain? 0 dB si gain, no? 0 dB. Sa relationship ni output and input or ni unitless gain, no? Si unitless gain man eh. Is it a constant, no? Meaning the same, 1. So man ni pagkuan. Kabalo mo magamit og anti-log, no? Divide all sides by 10, then erase to the power of 10 para mawala si log. P over Pi. 10 to the power of 0 is 1. Yes. So P over Pi is 1. No? Meaning gain is 1. Okay? A 0 dB na kuan, 0 dB na gain corresponds to a power gain of 1. Okay? Or the usual gain na to. And also, of course, a voltage gain of 1. Okay? No. 0, 1. Now, what if 6 dB? Ilan na siya kung power gain? Yan gapon, no? So, kung ato ni kung anong 6, 6 divided by 10, then whatever the answer is, 10 raised to that, no? 3.9, 98, 6 divided by 10, 10 to the power of 3/5. Okay, 3.98. More or less 4, no? So, nani siya sa mga power gain of 4, more or less. Good. How about negative 3? No? Negative 3 dB. And negative 6 dB. So, kung tao na sa negative 3. 0.5. Correct na siya. Okay. 0.5 meaning mas less si output by half kaysa kay input. No? Last, how about negative 6? Negative 6 divided by 10, 10 to the power of that is quarter, no? 0.25. Last, 10 dB. So 10 divided by 10, 10 to the power of 1 is 10. So if the gain is 10 dB. No? Kaya kung power gain. No? Power gain. Now, how about voltage gain? This is also important. Again, sometimes no? Voltage gain po itong given. Okay? So what is the voltage gain with kung atong dB is negative 3? Dili naman ni mo ang formula, di ba? Kay 20 log naman, 0.71. Or, yeah, 0.71. So negative 6. .5. Okay. Aha. So if ang atong voltage gain is 50, 0.5, 50% compared sa 50% lang sa input ang output nato. So that will correspond to a dB gain of negative 6. So important thing ang mga numbers, mga shorthand lang good para sometimes hindi natin necessarily mag-compute. No? But 6. I think 2 ni siya. No? So 20 log 2 is 6. More or less. 6 divided by 20, 10 log ans, 10 to the power of ans is 1.99. No? So 2. So if 2 ang voltage gain, if the voltage output is twice the input, that will correspond to a dB gain of 6. Okay? And lastly, 10. 3.16. Right. So what does this tell us? Okay. Ang atong usually atong tema na at least sa karon na sa context sa atong pag-study sa frequency response amplifier is kung kanus mag one half, no? Mag one half ang mga output over input. Okay? Kung ang atong vertical axis is voltage, no? Kung atong vertical axis is voltage, muna ito tanawon, no? Kung kano sa nag-half ang power. Yeah. Kung ano sa nag-half ang voltage, negative 6. Kung ano sa nag-half ang power, negative 3 dB. Okay? So this is significant. Why? Because diha ga depend kung asa atong cut-off frequency. No? Especially ang half power. No? So what is cut-off frequency? You've heard this term before sa comms, cut-off frequency. So balik ko sa akong frequency response sa high-pass filter. How do we properly define the cut-off frequency? Who would like to tell the group? For a high-pass filter, what do we mean by the cut-off frequency? Kung gusto mo mag-mic, they're good din. Kung gusto mo mag-chat, they're sad. High-pass filter. Mo on. Ba, technically, on mandaan ang circuit. Okay, I think kasabot ko sa kasabot ni NZ, pero saturate, not necessarily saturate. Or kung kuha na lang, no? Mar kung layman nga pagka-explain. So, if you can see yun ay output. Okay, so ang cutoff frequency is yan, is the frequency, if high-pass filter for a high-pass filter, the cutoff frequency would be the frequency above which na ay output, no? Above ani nga value na ay output. Below ani wala. Okay. So ang ideal gyud nga high-pass filter, kung perfect gyud nga filter, well, medyo perfect, no? But we know ang perfect nga frequency response is ani gyud, di ba? Horizontal kanang straight, no? Straight nga vertical nga graph. Muna yung perfect nga frequency response. Right? Pero kung atong ma-observe sa mga realistic systems, ingani ang usually ga na siya, no? Ga climb, no? Or ga saka. Kung high pass pa na or kung low pass, na siya mag slope, right? So pwede naman ta mag-drawing og ani kung gusto ta mag-generalize, no? High pass filter magyapon ni siya nga frequency response, pero perfect kapag gaya ni, no? Kung mo ni atong cut-off frequency, anything exactly below this one is dili mapass to, and any frequency above this one exactly kay mapass to. But then again, walay system nga naka-perfect, no? As much as you want nga yani nga tong output, pero be very difficult, no? Although that's not impossible, very difficult lang. So we'd expect specifically sa high pass filter nga naging siya sort of slope, no? So where do we measure the cutoff frequency? The cutoff frequency is where the power kung ano sa ang power kay nag-reduce by 1/2, no? So, the cutoff frequency is sometimes what the term as the half power points, no? Half power point, no? Kung asa nga point na ang power is 1/2. And we know na 1/2 ang power at negative 3 dB. Okay. So if mo ni ang atong kuan, naman ay ko yung dili. If mo ni ang 0 dB, no, kaning level mo ning 0 dB ato kibali na normalize na na ang 0 dB. Then for example, mo ning scale by 1 dB, so 1, 2, negative 3, na ding negative 3 dB. Na ding negative 6 dB. Okay, example lang. So this will be the half power point. Kana siya. And mo ni siya ang atong naka-measure ang atong cut-off frequency. Okay. So mo ni permitong timanan, kung magbasa tawag frequency response, okay. Paano na tayo makabalo kung asa ang cut-off frequency ana? Cut-off frequency is kung asa ang negative 3 dB, no? Negative 3 dB. Yeah. Let's see. Same gapon dire, no? High pass filter. High pass filter man pud ni. Para lagi din na ako ni Luyan usab kay para laman. So this is the half power point. Okay? So with those, gusto ko mag-move sa atong towards atong slide. So general frequency considerations, the frequency response, as we have discussed in length earlier, of an amplifier refers to the frequency range in which the amplifier will operate with negligible effect from capacitors and devices' internal capacitance. This range of frequencies can be called the mid-range. Okay? So kato akong gidrawing ganina na frequency response sa high-pass filter, dumdum mo na part dito nga nag-plateau ang graph, no? Kanang flat na siya. So that is the mid-range. Or kung specifically katong sa akong drawing ganina, kung asa to na gi-locate ang 0 dB na line, katong 0 dB bitaw sa graph, mo to ang mid-range sa katong kaganina. At frequencies above and below the mid-range, capacitance and any inductance will affect the gain of the amplifier. At low frequencies, the coupling and bypass capacitors lower the gain. At high frequencies, stray capacitance associated with the device. And also, cascading amplifier limit the gain. Limit the gain at high and low frequencies. Specifically, ang atong tawag sa graph, kung asa na to makita ang frequency response is the Bode plot, no? Bode. Pilido magyapon na siya. A Bode plot indicates the frequency response of an amplifier. Bode plot, frequency response, which is synonymous na sila. Parang saan lang kung makagamit ka yun o Bode plot, no? Na term. The horizontal scale indicates the frequency in hertz, and the vertical scale indicates the gain in dB. So whether voltage gain or power gain, so dili na nato discriminate because naka-dB naman pod ang vertical axis sa atong Bode plot or sa atong frequency response. Adala cut-off frequency mo namang giingon pod earlier. The mid-range frequency range of an amplifier is called the bandwidth of the amplifier. Now, the span or the length sa atong mid-range mo ng bandwidth. Kaya naman, I think na ito yung naka-mention kanina. The bandwidth is defined by the lower and upper, no? Kung sa compa, we could calculate the bandwidth by subtracting the upper frequency by the lower. Am I correct? Sakto na? The upper limit frequency, or lower limit frequency, or upper cutoff and lower cutoff. So cutoff frequency is any frequency at which the gain has dropped by 3 dB. Or negative 3 na siya, kaya nag-drop man by 3. So, in other words, pwede natin na siya i-restate as any frequency at which the gain is at negative 3 dB. Okay. Lagi. Wait. Mess ang akong kuan. Change ako kung kuan na. Okay. Di ba ito any frequency at which the gain has dropped by 3. Or the gain has, or is at negative 3 dB. So how about for amplifiers, BGT amplifiers? Kung simplified na statement to cover everything, whether upper or lower na cutoff frequencies, mag-matter na siya sa, or dependent to sila sa capacitances na involved sa atong circuit. Okay? So natay mga duha ka klase nga capacitance, kung general lang ang category. We have internal and external capacitances. Okay? So when you say internal, it's internal sa atong device. So natay tungod kay na may mga junctions ang atong device, in this case sa atong BJT na base, emitter o collector, realistically speaking, na mga capacitance nga build up in between those terminals, no, or junctions. So those are internal internal capacitances. Tapos yung mga external, atong kakakita bitaw sa circuit nga atong gina-ignore before, like the coupling capacitors, capacitor kung asa nato i-connect ang source, ang capacitor kung asa nato i-connect ang load, o another bypass capacitor nga usually gina-connect to sa RE, no? So these are external capacitors. And ang atong lower cutoff frequency is gonna depend sa external capacitors, no? Coupling capacitors and bypass capacitors. At low frequencies, coupling capacitor and bypass capacitor reactances affect the circuit impedance. So how do we compute for the cutoff frequency? Very simple formula. 1/2 pi Rs plus ZICS. So input impedance niyo, kaning Ri bitaw. So for a voltage divider, we know nga iyahang input impedance is this one, R1 parallel R2 parallel bet Re. But for other configurations, this is our input impedance, kaning Ri, no? Zi man ni siya. So pwede lang nato i-modify ang formula as 1/2 pi quantity Rs plus Zi times Cs. So 1/2 pi Rs plus Ri times Cs. Pwede po nato i-measure ang cutoff frequency. Kani cutoff frequency man ni sa source nga side. Kani is sa output nga side or sa load nga side. Cutoff frequency sa load is 1 over 2 pi ZO, output impedance plus RL times coupling capacitor CC. No? So the same simple formula. Kaning ZO is depende sa configuration, makita man gyapon nato ni sa kuan sa atong summary table, no. So magamit gyapon to. As for the bypass capacitor, this one, the cutoff frequency is 1 over 2 pi RE times CE, no? Or small RE, where RE is equal to emitter resistance parallel with RS prime over beta plus RE, where RS prime is RS parallel R1 parallel R2. No? So dahil na siya, no? Nalaman naman ang formula dili. So ang question karon, natay tulo ka lower cutoff frequency. Okay? So if ato ning i-graph lang ha. Lang. So anyway, natay tulo ka values, no? Natay tulo ka different values for lower cutoff frequency. Lower cutoff frequency due to coupling capacitor sa source, due to the coupling capacitor sa load, and due to the bypass capacitor. Now, who'd like to guess asa sa tulo atong pilion? Kay kaning tulo ka values, like, most probably lahi man ni sila, no? Asa ka sa tulo atong pilion nga kuan, kay dili man pwede, actually dili man gyud nga tulo kabok ang ihang cutoff frequency. Nara gyud na isa mag-dominate. Which do you think sa tulo? May gusto mag-guess? 1 pi R 1 over 2 pi RC man, di ba? Mo man aton general nga formula sa tanan. If we'd observe pod sa tulo ka kuan, mo naman na nga formula. Pero asa ka sa tulo, no? Be. Tara, mo ni answer. The body plot indicates that each capacitor may have different cutoff frequencies. It is the device that has the highest lower cutoff frequency. So remember niya, the highest lower cutoff frequency. Mas safe nga i-assume na whichever sa tulo ang mag-give og higher, or I mean highest na value, mo to atong i-follow nga cutoff frequency. Let's say for example diri on natay tulo ka line, no? Natay tulo ka line. This one, and this one. So clearly kaning last na line mo ni siya ang ikatulo. Ang mo highest sa tulo, no? So we'd have to pick the highest of the three, no? The highest lower cutoff frequency mo to iyahang kuan. Yeah, mo to ang overall na frequency response sa atong amplifier, no? Mas safe nga i-assume nga ang highest lower cutoff frequency because at least kung masayop ta, no? At least kung masayop ta ay napay mag-pass through if ever day nga example ha mo ning cutoff frequency 1, cutoff frequency 2, cutoff frequency 3. If ever day ang tinuod nga cutoff frequency is in between ni 2 ug 3, at least na design na to atong device, no, na design na to atong amplifier nga mo ni iyang kuano the safest one, or the safest assumption ibali ang ikatulo. So the same nagyapon na sa higher frequency later, higher cutoff frequency. Another parameter nga dapat nato mabalaan sa atong frequency response is the roll-off. Okay? The amount of attenuation is also sometimes referred to as roll-off. Attenuation is opposite na sa kuan, di ba? Opposite siya sa amplification. Or, kung i-relate na to sa graph, ang amount of attenuation would be the higher the steeper, no? The steeper ang atong slope, the higher that attenuation rate. No? Mas paspas kay bali iyahang roll off. Okay? So the roll-off is described as, or is measured either as dB per octave or dB per decade. So ito ni mga quantitator sa ning difference sa duha. Tatla mo na itong timan-an. When you say roll-off, mo siyang measurement sa how steep, no, ang atong kuan. So what do you think is the most ideal na roll-off for a frequency response? Mas dako og roll-off or mas gamay? Katong ato akong gidawing ganina nga ideal na purely vertical, no? Purely vertical na cut-off frequency. Does that correspond to a gamay nga roll-off or mas dako? Remember nga ang roll-off is ang steepness, no? Ang steepness sa atong roll sa atong cut-off frequency, okay? So mas steeper, the steeper the better, di ba? The more vertical, the better. And the more vertical, the more steeper ang atong roll-off. So mas dako, okay? So that's good. The larger the roll-off, the better. Okay? The larger the roll-off, the better. So pwede na to i-measure ang roll-off in terms of dB per decade or dB per octave. Octave man yung na slide. Wala man yung nag-load. Diba? dB per octave. So sa difference sa duha. Ang dB per decade is for every tenfold. Diba? Tenfold sa change in frequency. In terms sa actual nga roll-off, wala mag-difference sa duha, no? Kaya pwede mo na to i-express ang isa ka specific na roll-off in terms of dB per decade or dB per octave. So at least, it's good nga makabalutan nga na duha ka ways sa pag-measure sa roll-off. Either per decade or per roll-off. Per octave. Basta per decade, tenfold ang change sa frequency. Ang octave kay twofold. Diba? But it's enough for us to know na the higher the roll-off, the better. Okay? So the same gyapon kung FET amplifiers, no? JFET amplifiers specifically. The same gyapon nga formula. And the same gyapon nga kuan nga rule. The highest lower frequency la gyapon, the highest lower cutoff frequency la gyapon ang atong i-consider. Just like this one, oh. The same gyapon, di ba? 1 over 2 pi Rs plus Zi times Cg or the capacitor sa gate. Yan coupling capacitor. Cc. CD dapat yan yung capacitor sa drain. Kalalakay. So the same gyapon. The capacitor that has the highest lower cutoff frequency is closest to the actual cutoff frequency of the amplifier. The highest lower cutoff. There's also a phenomenon going inside the amplifier that we call, or the device that we call the Miller capacitance. Tungod na siya sa gain o sa feedback na capacitor, no? Makuha naman na siya ma-solve pod, no? Miller capacitance is 1 minus the gain times CF. Feedback capacitor, and given mo na siya, or I mean, constant na siya. So how about for high frequency response or sa higher cutoff frequency? Okay. So kaninga mga sa kaninga capacitances ka depend ang atong high cutoff frequency. We have junction capacitance. I've mentioned this earlier. Capacitance can build up in between sa junctions. Junctions based to emitter, junctions based to collector, and junctions collector to emitter. We also have capacitance due to wires. Kung balikan na to ang actual nga definition for the capacitance, di ba? Any two pieces of metal nga place side by side, naging na capacitance nga generate no matter how small. So even wires, no, even wires would exhibit capacitance. So we have wiring capacitances, coupling capacitors and bypass capacitor. So depende po gihapon natong high frequency response. So this will be the formula for one of the higher frequency, higher cutoff frequency sa input side, kani sa output side. So if ma-observe ninyo, parelagid iyahang format 1/2 pi times R times C, where C is the capacitor in question and R is the impedance sa kanang side kung ato ang asa na to i-measure. So in this case, sa input nga side, so ang C dire sa 1/2 pi RC, ang C is the capacitance sa input and R is the impedance sa input. And don't worry for the formulas, no? You don't need to memorize it. Nalaman na dire. You should also know na beta is not a convia, di ba? Beta is not a static nga parameter. But beta also changes, no? So beta varies with frequency. The HFP parameter or beta of a transistor varies with frequency. So the frequency due to beta is equal to this formula, 2 pi beta times RE times the junction capacitances. That's why, again, that's why we should design amplifiers that have beta independent na characteristics. So ato i-generalize na ito na learn for the past few minutes. No? So this is a general nga representation of a frequency response. So kung filter ni siya, unsa ni siya nga klase nga filter? Kani. Dili man ni siya high pass o low pass kay duha man kabuk iyang cut off. Okay, very good, band pass filter. So we have the band pass filter, we have upper cutoff frequency right here and lower cutoff frequency right here. So asa na sa depend? Dara, nasa silong, no? General statement. The highest lower cutoff frequency and the lowest upper cutoff frequency are the closest to the actual response of the amplifier. Okay? The same gapon sa itong pag-solve sa lower cutoff. Nagyapon tayo lahi nga pagkuhan og values sa atong higher or upper cutoff frequency. So asa ang lowest atong tulo, mo to ang atong i-consider na value for the upper cutoff frequency. So palalagyan sa FET, no? The same concept, the same formula. Yan ako discuss in detail. Palalagyan siya. Samot na dire. As long as given lang yun nga mga capacitances, dali na natin siya ma-solve. Now, na po yung multi-stage effects. Each stage will have its own frequency response. But the output of one stage will be affected by the capacitance in the subsequent stage. This is especially so when determining the high frequency response. For example, the output capacitance will be affected by the input Miller capacitance. Kung filter ni, it's easy for us to create di ba? A bandpass filter out of a low pass and high pass filter nga gi-cascade. No? So malagyan na gud gyapon ang iyahang the overall frequency response of the system, cascade would be the sum, no? Yeah, I think the sum of the frequency responses of each stage. Multi-stage amplifier frequency response. Once the cutoff frequencies have been determined, they can be plotted. The same yapon, note that the highest lower cutoff frequency and the lowest upper cutoff frequencies are closest to the actual response of the amplifier or the system as a whole. So wala na miscellaneous na siya. How do we know kung properly working ba ang atong amplifier? Pwede ito mapapass to og square wave o square wave. A pure square wave. Okay. We know from Fourier analysis, even ang square wave is composed of the sum of components of sines and cosines. So kung proper lang ang pagka-design sa atong amplifier, sa atong filter, dapat dili maing-ani ang output, no? Dapat kung unsang input mo po ang output. Kay if kabali kung iani mo gawas, may na-filter out lugar niya ang mga higher frequencies, no? So dili siya good. Ano man dili dayo? One way to accomplish this is to apply a square wave. A square wave consists of multiple frequencies. Okay? Bitaw. So far, any questions? Dali lang man nato ni masabtan ang kaninga chapter or kaninga topic kay mas nauna man mo ka-expose sa application ani sa inyo ang COM1, no? Kaysa sa karon. Before kay opposite man, mauna man ang LX2 kaysa COM1. So karon, kung kay nauna inyo ang COM1, dili na kayo lisod na sabton nato ang frequency response sa mga devices or sa mga systems. Okay? Basta kay if there are two things nga atong dapat timan-an. Number one, the cutoff frequencies, whether lower or upper, are dependent on the internal and external capacitances. Okay? So dependent siya sa mga capacitances. That's point number one. Point number two, no? Whether individual na system or overall, the highest lower frequency gid atong gina-consider and the lowest upper frequency. So don't forget this line, no, or kaninga generalization. It's always the lowest upper frequency and the highest lower frequency. Para ta makadraw og frequency response, no? Pwede na gani katong the same so kung gibot nina kung mag-drawing ita, buhat lang tag-axis, mag-drawing lang ta og kapasaka nga graph and kapanaog, so na tayo frequency response. Dili gid necessarily nga ni ka-detailed, no? Basta kay na-locate lang, no? Basta kay na properly locate lang ang 0 dB. Mo naman important to, ang 0 dB, ang negative 3 dB ug ang mga 2 cut-off frequencies. Especially for band pass. Kanilang upat ka points, ang 0 dB, ang negative 3 dB ug ang upper cut-off frequency ug lower cut-off frequency. Alright, any questions? Kani ako maning gi-upload nga slide dito sa e-learn. Sort of summary man gyapon ni siya kung unsay nasa book, no? If nagbasa mo sa book mo magyapon. At least na summarize na daan dire kung sa mga important points. So wala kayo ga differ ang analysis of frequency response sa BJT ug FET. Kay both of those circuits dependent ang frequency response sa ilahang capacitances, internal and external. Questions? Okay na ba pagka-explain na? Klaro ba ninyo? Okay. I hope same tag sentiments na lang. And next meeting na ito mag-solve og mga examples. Parang nato kung nasabtan ginato atong na karon. So next meeting na ang problem solving. So for sure dili gid kayo lisod gid, no. Move na ang atong subject towards, di ba, ako na explain before nga, move na atong subject towards a more conceptual na understanding. So di na kayo mag-focus more sa calculations. Ang calculations siguro lang siya para i-confirm atong na-learn, no? And not necessarily to practice gid kaayo. Especially sa inyong report.